Cody, go back. Good! Good dog! That is a good dog!
Hillbilly girl, just as sweet as wine.
Go back. Good. Go back. Go back. Good dog!
Like a muscadine.
Good dog! Very good! Cody, go back. Good dog! Good! Good girl! That's a good girl! Oh, good! Good, did. Good dog! Good dog! Real fun. Good! We're gonna get this one done probably short and sweet this morning. We're coming off of a weekend. It's a little rainy out today, so we're gonna be conscious of that and a little bit careful with the camera, because the last thing I want to do is wreck a camera. Basically, replicating a little bit of that that handling drill where there was movement with both her and I. Instead of handling her to the left to start out with, we'll be handling her to the right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to recall Cody to me. Sit down. We're going to get a little over the fence work. We're going to bring her to me. So this is incorporating some barriers. But we're just going to set it up and go through the process. I have to remember when she comes to me, I'm going to recall her all the way to me. And then I'm going to send her back, stop her on the whistle. So I'm going to call her over the barrier to me, send her back to the dummy, stop her. And what I might do is I might stop her here, throw my diversion out here, or maybe up and over. And then my next 90-degree turn is going to go to the right instead of before it would go to the left. But let's see how this goes. So we just threw a dummy over her. Come on, good. Come on, good. I'm really looking for her to commit. Come on, good girl. I'm looking for her to commit to this recall. Good girl. We just threw the dummy over the top of her head, so she's going. I'm anticipating you're going to send me back for it, so I want to get that out of her mind right away this morning. When I call you, come to me. Now, I'm going to throw the diversion to the right. I'm going to stop her in line with it. Come here. Come here. Good. Cody. Cody. She sees it go out. Go back. Go back. No. So right off the bat, she's a little bit guessing. That's good though. Sit. Now I had her stopped with my right hand, which would be the hand I would send her there. Just because I have the hand going there doesn't mean it's gonna go out to the right. Right hand can go back. So I'm sending her, it's probably a little confusing here. She's going, I know it's right there. And as I move my hands like this, she's going, oh my God, we gotta go out, we gotta go out. No, I want her back. So she's gotta think and actually hear this through to make the right choice. Go back, go back, go back, go back. Good girl. See how she thought about it. Good. Good girl. There. Good. Good hold. Did. Sit. Now, just to, again, change it up a little bit, I'm going to go right back to that spot with this dummy. We've got one out here. I'm going to go right back to that spot, and I'm basically setting this up for later. It's also going to act as a little bit of a diversion. So I go up and over with that one. We're just going to leave that one be there. Now I'm going to come back with her. We'll turn, heel, heel. So I start her a step in the right direction. Remember, I'm going to recall her to me. I've got a dummy right there. So right here is 90 degrees, about in line with that blue goose. So now, when she comes to me and I stop her, I'm throwing one up and into those geese, behind that blue goose. And then I'm going to send her to this one. Get out. Good girl. Good. Good girl. So that one that we set up over the fence did serve as a bit of a distraction. Now, I wasn't thinking about it, but when I stopped her, I intentionally stopped her just a little short of that goose of exact 90 degrees. The reason I did it, heel, is because I know her tendency is to come forward a bit before she curves to makes her turn. So I thought, well, I'll help her out. If she comes forward a little bit and goes, she's gonna be right in line with it. Well, my mistake with it was leaving her back a little bit. She didn't come forward. She went immediately for that last memory. So stop her was a good opportunity to stop her, collect her focus again, recall her to me just a step or two, and that's when she caught wind of it. That gave me a chance to give her a little bit of a hunt command. So it wasn't exactly what we were going for, but it worked out because that hunt the area is something that we're trying to work on too, especially in this short grass. Get her in an area, stop her, have her hunt the area. Now, this time, I'm going to turn to the left. Sit. She can stay right there. This time I'm going to be sending her to the left. So I'm going to throw to the right. Get out. Good. Good girl. Good girl. Hold. Good. The mosquitoes are really giving me a workout here this morning. Did. Good girl. So you see me a little bit probably more challenging for her as well. My hands are going all over because I'm swatting mosquitoes and they're in my eyes. And sit down. And she's a little bit distracted here this morning as well. Sit. So this will be our last one. I'm going to stop her. I will throw a diversion. And then we'll ultimately send her for that one. This diversion that I throw, I'm going to throw it back into that area that we had troubles with last Friday. And we're going to use that as a setup for a memory into that cover. So I'll use a scented one for that. Come on, come on, come on, girl, come on. Now, I've called her past the 90-degree turn because she was so sluggish. So I just changed my mind because of how slow she was coming. I'm not going to reward that with, you're going to get a retrieve. Sit, sit, sit. So I just mentioned how distracted she seems. That wasn't a very good recall. That little slow stepping, I'm not going to reward. So I decided as she was coming to change it and not send her. So that's okay, I can just reverse it. I really do want to send her to that one from there because I want to throw into there. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to recall her through to me. There's a dummy there. I might stop her. If she comes fast, I'll stop her. If she comes slow, I'm just going to get her to me. Hey! You can see how it just, so she's very into other stuff right now. Chewing grass and so I get on her. Now I've got her attention. Come on. Good girl. There. Good girl. Come on. Good. Good girl. Now, just as an exercise, heel. Ben, you stay right there. I'm going to bring her even further. I'm going to bring her over to there. I'm going to recall her back to me and stop her. By the time she gets there, she'll have a good head of steam built up. Stop her, diversion, bird. But I'm trying to counter her sluggishness. I'm trying to get her a little bit more speed to it, heel. So I'm going to give her a little more room to run, heel. Heel. Sit down. Again, she's distracted this morning, not real focused. I just got on her a little bit with my voice because she's got her head down. She's standing up and walking around a little bit, and now she's sulking a little bit. You can see it. Her ears are kind of sulky. So I'm probably a little bit impatient this morning. Not sure why, but Monday morning, I suppose, feel kind of behind with stuff. But because of her just screwing around a little bit, she's not real focused. So I got on her a little bit, and she sulked a bit. I dropped a dummy behind. It's a white one, I can see it. I don't know if she truly saw it or not. If she did, that's fine. If she didn't, that's fine too. I left it there on purpose. I wanted to have a little more run because I want to get some speed built up with her. I don't like this 3-4 steps and then stop and get handled. So we're building up the speed on her run here. Hey! And as soon as she starts to get distracted by other stuff, I'm going to get her focused. She's good right now. When she comes in, I'm going to stop her. She should come at a pretty good pace. I'm going to stop her. I'm going to make sure of it. If she doesn't, I'll do what I did before. I'll just adjust. I'll just adapt. I'll recall her all the way, or I'll decide to do it a little bit different. That's the nice part about the flexibility with these. So now we've got the one behind her. We've got this orange one here. When she stops to be handled to the orange one, I'm going to throw the diversion into that woods. That's going to turn into a memory for later. and we've got the one back. So my goal right now is I see opportunity to recall, stop, diversion, handle to the right, get her back to me. Now I've got the diversion, most recent right here. I'm gonna line her to it, say no, leave it, turn, and send her back past those decoys, because we've made a bunch of retrieves in those decoys. And so she has maybe a natural tendency to want to go and hunt in there. I'm gonna ask her to go left of those decoys, which is not normal, which is a little different. So line back to that memory. That's gonna be my goal. And then what we'll do is go over to there, line back into here, get the retrieve, and then we'll finish on that long delayed memory from the very beginning. And that'll be it for today. Come on, good girl. Come on, come on, come on. Good. Now I hung one up in the tree there, so I gotta notice. I gotta remember it's in the tree. Get out. No, here. Here. There's her old habit of drifting towards us, coming in. So we just take her right back to that spot. I don't want her to get the retrieve there by doing it wrong. I don't want her rewarded. So I certainly am not going to handle her a second time to get her back to it. Get out. No! Sit! Ben, come with me, I want to show this angle. Sit down. So just so you can see, this is what we're running into. Sit down! So right here is the spot I started her. And if you see, she's facing that way. If you turn 90 degrees, what do you got? Got the dummy. So from here to that handle, there's where she's going. So is there suction because of that cover? I don't know, maybe. Absolutely shouldn't be. Not excusable. Here. Now, is she doing this on purpose to make me mad? No, she's not. Is it happening? A little bit, maybe. Sit. So at a distance, so right now, I'm gonna stand right here and handle her to the right. And if she takes even a step forward, I'm gonna correct it. Get out. Right here. Right here. Get out. Good. Good. See how crisp that is? Good. Very good. That's the way to do it. Did. Good. Good. Sit down. Good. Good. Now, just all that is sloppy. Is it come from a couple days of not doing these drills in this spot? Maybe. Should it? No, I don't think so. Usually she comes back pretty crisp. It's from this screwing around. It's from this. I'm gonna pick stuff up. I'm gonna chew on stuff. She's got a little little bit of squirreliness to her here. Heel. I'm gonna come back to this spot. So there's ways to just clean it up. And that's taking some steps back. Heel. Sit. Yeah, she's just real rusty here this morning. Now, I didn't send her because her head went like this. And I think if I sent her, she's gonna go right into those decoys. Heel. She can't see that dummy from this angle, from her spot. I can see it up here. I'm 6'2". She's down here. She can't see it. So there's a difference between marking it. I can mark it and see it. She can't. So she's gonna have to run over. It's not much, but it's enough hill to have to push her without seeing the dummy. She does see the decoys, so she's just naturally gonna get sucked to them. So I really have to be sure she's looking the way I need her to go. And see she's going that way. Heel, heel. Cody. No! Good. Go back. Good girl. Good girl. Very good. So there's a really good example of assuming she's right. She was. Good girl. She took the line well. It was great. I let her get very far along on the line, 2/3 of the way. She stopped. With a little hesitation, she stopped. From there, I went to recall her. She assumed go back. We stopped, corrected, recalled, stopped, back. So from being loose to being a little bit tightened in, and I'm just fine with it. I don't want them to be robots. I want them to have a little bit of thinking in their heads, but I think it's finding the balance of them making their own decisions and me asking what I want to do and them responding accordingly. Now, this one, we gotta be careful because we threw it in, we've got a hanger. And this one's just too tall for her. So we kind of lose the effect of the time delayed memory here. I know that one made it through. She marked it from over here. Good. Heel. I'm going to heel her back and send her across. Good girl. Good girl. All right, now we're back to here. This is that challenging line that we had last week. We set it up for a couple times. The challenge came into pushing into the cover. We got her there no problem. It was punching her into that cover and hunting. This isn't in the exact same spot that it was, but it's close. This is that drill where I just want to get her in an area and let her nose do the work. This is very realistic to, I think, what we're going to run into a lot with hunting. Get her into a spot where we think the bird is, and then let her hunt that area. Cody, go back. And that's that barrier that seemed to be a little bit of a wall for her. It was hard for her to push in real deep last week, which, you know, we work real hard on getting them to push into cover. So it stopped her a little short, but she's gonna go back in. Now she's in the area, she's within 15 to 20 yards of it and should hunt that out. She's got that memory of where that dummy got hung up in the tree as well. She saw me go in there and fool around with it. So does she think it's right on the edge? She might. But she's just gonna have to trust her nose and trust her understanding of she's gotta get into some of this stuff and look. She's gotta go a little deeper. And she's doing what I want her to do. I don't want her coming out and looking for help right away. I don't want her looking for help at all on this. She shouldn't have to. But I certainly don't want it early. There, she's looking for help. Go back. Unfortunately, not what I wanted. Good girl. Good. Good dog. Good dog. Good dog. Very good. And she's happy. Did. And I'm happy. I mean, I admittedly am a little short here, patience-wise this morning. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's a combination of the weather and the bugs, I don't know. We're gonna send her to finish out on this last one, make it a long memory over the barrier, make her run past the decoys. I might even throw a diversion into the decoys. Heel. Now we go back to that first dummy that before we really got started in here, we left. So will she remember it? I'm not sure. Come on, come on, come on. But she should take this. We've run this a lot. We've used this a lot for weeks now. Cody, go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. No! Here. Come on. Come on. And you can just see in her body language right now, oh, geez. I'm sorry. she's just really not She's really not very sharp this morning, and I'm really not very patient with her this morning. So when you combine those two things together, it really kind of doesn't equate to a real good result. Cody, go back. Go back. Good. No! Here. Here. Come on. Come on. Here. I'm just gonna give her a second. And myself. And I've had enough of this. I mean, these bugs are just in my ears and my nose. Are you ready? Are you ready? Cody, go back. Good. Good girl. Good girl. So what was the difference between that one and the two before that she was sucked to the right? Not sure myself. Good girl. Good girl. Did. But I do realize it's probably time to wrap this up. Because she struggled, and I think part of it was she was real, I don't want to say ditzy this morning, but she was real like distracted. She was into grass, she was into eating stuff, she was into paying attention to other things, not real dialed into me. And I was distracted too with, I mean, come here and take a close-up of these bugs. So if you just look at her for a second, she's covered in them. They're all over. They're all over us. I'm literally blowing them out of my face. And I sprayed quite a bit of bug spray on, and normally when you put the bug spray on, you don't have the issue. But it's just conditions that are to me, bugging me. And so we will be done. We'll build off of this. We'll see what happens with the weather today. The rain's supposed to blow out later this afternoon. I might work her a little bit tonight, because if it is cooled down, it'll be a good chance to do some things. But you're gonna have those days too, I think. I think you're silly to believe that every day goes really good. I think what you gotta recognize is not always is it the dog's fault, not always is it all our fault, but other things can play into it. And when things aren't good, just be aware of it, be okay with it, recognize it, and move on. We just don't want to take steps backwards. And I don't think we took any steps backwards today, but I don't know that I go, man, we really accomplished a whole bunch. It starts to rain a little bit more. So let's finish it up for today, and we'll build off of it the best we can going forward.